Watch again stuff we saw yesterday or Friday, and this shouldn't take real long. As you, it took us 10 minutes total last Friday, and we'll spend that much time this time again. But this time you have some things to think about and to respond to on there as we go through it. All right. So here we have a spring. We're going to create what we call a standing wave on the spring, and so we're going to invent this new definition called a node. And a node is a place where the spring is going neither up nor down, which is kind of sitting still. But we do not count our hands. Can't count our hands. So how many places are there right now?
0.
There are 0 nodes. Because the only places where the spring's not moving are at our hands, and we're not counting those. You never count the ends, okay? So this standing wave has 0 nodes. And if we want it to have 2 nodes, I'm sorry, I meant to say 1 node. There's 1 node. Where's the node? Lane, can you point it out for us? Since you're close to, there you go, lovely. Right there in the middle, where there's nothing going on, where it's just kind of hanging out. Not really going. You can compare it to this guy. This guy's here. But there in the middle, it's just not really moving. So that has 1 node. And Dan?
Yeah.
Is it easier or harder to hold on now?
Harder.
Harder. So it's harder because the energy is it's the energy now compared to before. It's higher energy. And so let's go ahead and give it 2 nodes. You can, by the way, the humps, the places where it is moving a lot, like up here, that actually has a name. Does anybody happen to know the name of that?
Amplitude.
The amplitude is the actual distance. You're right about that. The distance from here to there is called the amplitude. But there's actually a word for that whole part of the wave. It's actually called the antinode. Crazy, man. So you got nodes where it's not moving and antinodes where it's moving a lot. And so, Dan, is this easier or harder than with 1 node?
Harder.
Harder to hold on to. So, shall we try 2 nodes or 3 nodes? I mean.
I feel like it. Come on. There we go.
All right. Hopefully, no one loses an eye. You want some safety goggles, Lane?
No, I'm not that bad.
All right. So.
I don't think it's gonna work out like this.
We got it now?
Yeah.
3 nodes?
Dan's really getting hurt now.
3 nodes. Is that easier or harder to hold on to, Dan?
It's harder.
It's harder to make 2. Oh my goodness. So the energy required to make the energy of the wave goes up, the number of nodes goes up, and the complexity of the wave goes up. Okay? And so excuse me.